What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and I wanted to do a nice commentary style video highlighting my clip video from last night during Phil's Snort Valley playthrough, where it was very interesting to say the least. The clip was 23 minutes long because there was just so much sweet content in there that I think, as a detractor, it's my duty to show people who Phil really is. Under the facade of being a person who loves gaming and loves having conversations and just hanging out, what we have here, folks, is an e-beggar. An e-beggar to the highest degree. And last night was no different on the Snort Valley. Our boy Phil decided that he was going to go in hard and he was going to beg for those tips because, of course, today's his day off. And he needed to make sure that he had enough cash so that he wouldn't be eating ham sandwiches, as our boy Phil loves to say. Anyway, if you get a minute, check out my stream. Check out my clip. It's 23 minutes long. I posted it late last night. It's an eye-opener. And as a detractor, I feel like it's my duty, since Phil wants to now expose himself to a larger audience, it's my duty to go out there and put out videos to show who Phil is, who Phil really is, and make them digestible so that people that don't want to spend 3 hours combing through his boring streams can actually watch these clips and figure out who Phil really is. Now, this clip right here, man, there was a segment in here where Phil was complaining that he is not allowed to be an e-beggar. He is. It wasn't a segment where he was complaining that people call him an e-beggar. It was a segment where he actually talked about how people criticize him and dump on him for being an e-beggar, and that he's upset. He's upset that he can't be an e-beggar like everyone else, as he so claims. And the funny thing too is that he even throws Kino Casino under the bus yet again. He flat out calls them e-beggars. And you would think that Phil would be smart enough not to bite the hand that's feeding him. Maybe he would be nice and not try to throw these guys that are throwing him a bone by helping him succeed. He wouldn't just throw them under the bus and actually call them e-beggars. But you got Phil here, of course, only thinking about himself and not giving two craps about anyone else. And of course, he reminds me of the person. He reminded me when I was a kid and I got in trouble, right? Me and my sibling got in trouble. And then you always had that one idiot brother that would blame you or throw you under the bus because they got caught or they got in trouble. That's what Phil is here. So let's watch the clip. I'm not sure how long it is. It's about 8 minutes. So I clipped from the 23-minute long video. I clipped about 8 minutes. So let's get into it.
Let's get 100 likes right now. Let's get that $5 tip in right now. Hitting that tip goal, getting it done. We can do it. Let's do it right now. Come on, guys. So who's gonna do it? Who's gonna do it? Said Maxwell. He says, I think you should do it. Here's the thing. I literally can't, because when I've done stuff like that over the years, everyone insults me and says I'm a scumbag, and then they have videos, highlights of me doing it, saying that I'm a scumbag and I'm greedy and shit. And it's like, dude, everyone else does it too. Literally everyone else fucking does it, but I do it, and I'm the devil, apparently.
Okay, I want to stop it right there because, of course, anytime. Okay, I think I mentioned this yesterday on my stream, where anytime where Phil wants to debunk something, he exaggerates, and that's what he did here. He exaggerated by saying everyone e-begs. I'm sorry, Phil, not everyone e-begs. I streamed yesterday for 2.5 hours, and not once did I ask for contribution. Most streamers do not ask for contributions. Like I stated, Phil, there's kind of a unwritten code out there that if you're streaming online and people are watching your content, then if the people feel, if they feel led to contribute, they will, and you also make money on ad revenue, right? But there's no concrete rule in there that that they have to tip you. But again, it's just like when you go to a restaurant, right, Phil? I know you love the restaurant analogies. When you go to a restaurant and you get service from someone, you tip them. There's no written rule, but it's kind of an unspoken rule that's what people do, right, Phil? So this whole nonsense of you feeling like, oh, you can't e-beg because you're dark side Phil. No, no one can e-beg. It's a disgusting thing to do. It is. And even huge streamers like Bad Bunny, remember Bad Bunny? Bad Bunny got slammed for berating someone for not being able to give a $5 for a membership. You remember that, Phil? And also the Steel Toe Boot podcast. They got slammed for being e-beggars as well. So those are kind of the only two instances where I recall anyone e-begging for money, Phil. Them and of course you. So this argument where you have to go to the extremes and say everyone is e-begging is false.
Right? I just don't understand it. Chopper Dave, thanks for a $5 super chat. I appreciate that, Chopper Dave. I'll get you on the leaderboard. By the way, the super chats help a ton. Oh, you're already on the leaderboard. The super chats help a ton. Again, the only reason that I try to hit a tips goal is because tips help immediately. They help with bills. They help with groceries. They help with things that I have to pay on a daily basis. While the super chats are long-term support, the truth is, if I get tons of extra super chats all the time now, I won't have to just focus on tips anymore. I'll be like, hey, everything's good because I'm good because I'm making so much from each source. I don't have to rely on only one or the other. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's really nice of you guys to help me out with everything this month. This is going to surely help in the long term. All right, I want to go plant these.
Okay, so of course I'm going to stop it there because that is a lie. That is a pure lie. I love when Phil loves to retcon shit. Before the whole Kino Casino folks came out, and he still does it, what did he say? Tips are the preferred method. There's a reason why Phil has goals for tips, because those are the preferred method. Why is it the preferred method? Because one, yes, he gets those tips in his bank account every single night, and he can cash that out. He doesn't have to wait a month for YouTube to give him his cut. The other thing too is that YouTube takes a bigger cut. YouTube takes 30% of every super chat that you do versus the whatever 2.5% that PayPal takes out plus 40-cent transaction fee or whatever it is that they take out, right? So everyone knows that. So you sitting here saying, well, if I get more super chats, then I won't have to complain about tips, which is a lie, Phil. Which is a lie, because I'll just point to the fact on Monday and Tuesday when you streamed and Wednesday, at least one person on most of their streams came out and dropped like a $50 super chat or a $30 super chat. And you were still harping on the tip goal. You were still saying super chats are great, gifted memberships were good, but tips aren't there. I'm not having enough tips. And you complained and you begged the whole stream. You did it last night. I counted 8 begs, Phil. 8 begs until someone got you to the $50 tip goal. Again, Phil, you're lying. Even if you got $100 to $150 in super chats every single day, you would still complain that you weren't hitting your $50 goal. So don't lie, Phil. Please stop lying.
Special melons. No, Maxwell, just listen, because Maxwell, I'm not even kidding you guys. This is all true. He says, just my opinion, you should embrace the heel heat. I am your king, you shall shower me in tips, you peasants. Humiliate us and look at how the casino operates. If the casino gets a $99 tip, they'll literally say, why wasn't it $100? Then someone will give them a $100 tip. You're right. You're right. And the thing is, with the casino, right? Everyone who watches them, they're in on it. They understand that they're really not demanding that. But they're, when they say that, people get motivated and they get hyped and then they want to support more because they're liking the content they're seeing, right? I get it. I totally understand the formula. But again, what you have to understand is with me, sadly, everyone has hated on me for so long that even if I mean, look tonight, all night, I've been talking about hitting a $50 tips goal. And by the way, just so you know, I just received a $5 tip and we did hit the goal. Okay. So I'll shout it out in a second. But all night I've been talking about it, right? So I kid you not. This is what my detractors do. They sit there and they will make a video. Dark Side Phil tonight asked 22 times for people to contribute so that he could hit his $50 tips goal. However, earlier in the week, during the Review Tech React, he made $1,000 in tips. How dare he ask his audience for any kind of contributions. What a greedy piece of shit. And then what would happen is they would post that up on their videos. That then becomes an echo chamber on YouTube, and literally that becomes the highlight. Now all the React YouTubers react to that video and say, wow, I can't believe it. Darkside Phil really is a greedy piece of shit, because if these people are saying it and highlighting it, it just must be true. And I'm sorry to say, it is guys like Kino Casino. I'm not saying that they particularly did this to me, but it's guys like Kino Casino who do those kind of react shows, who would literally do that content. Now, everyone on the internet thinks I'm a greedy piece of shit. And now I get less views, less supporters, less people coming over, and everyone comes to my content, thumbs it down, leaves negative comments, and shits all over me. You see? And that's been my last 10 years of existence. That exact formula is what's been happening, okay? Now,
I'm gonna stop it there. He goes on for a little bit more, but I want to address the first piece of it. So what we have here is we have Phil complaining that he's not allowed to ebeg, like the Kino Casino folks, because he highlighted Kino Casino specifically, right? Because if he ebegs, people are going to clip his content, post it, like myself, and then commentary folks are going to talk about it and see that he's a crappy person. That's all factually true, Phil. The one thing you left out, Phil, is that those clips that I post and other are true. They're your words, Phil. They're not clipped out of context. When I make a video, right, a compilation showing how often you beg on one stream, there's two reasons for that. The first reason is to expose your lie that you only beg once or twice. You only ask for contributions once or twice per stream. On average, you're begging 8 to 9 times per stream. You are, Phil. And those clips show that. Those clips show that you're begging 8 to 9 times. And you're not simply just begging. What you're doing is you're guilt tripping. And you keep bringing it up. And you keep talking about how, I gotta meet that goal. And the sooner I get it, I don't have to worry about it. So tip me right away. It's just despicable behavior, Phil. I'm sorry. It's despicable. It is. And you should be called out for that shit. Now, when it comes to the Kino Casino folks, I think that's kind of more of a shtick that they do. But if they're e-begging, it's not appropriate either. No one should be e-begging. And I'm sorry, on this platform where there's plenty of ad revenue and there's plenty of avenues for revenue, Phil, there should be no reason why you need to e-beg. And you should be called out for that shitty behavior. And I don't even think I would be upset with you if you mentioned it. Like if you mentioned it 4 or 5 times a stream and you said, hey guys, if you can support, I'd appreciate it. Okay. All right, that's a little heavy-handed and it could be annoying. But I can't say that you're being manipulative. I can't say that you're guilt-tripping them. When you just simply say, hey, it'd be nice if you support, I would appreciate it. No, you don't do that. You go into this long-drawn discussion. You start talking about all your problems. You start bringing up the fact that, oh yeah, well, it sucks that I made $4,000 on the Review Tech USA stream because I have a feeling my next week or two is going to be slow. No one wants to fucking hear that, Phil. I'm sorry. No one wants to hear about your financial problems. Just shut up and stream. And for you to criticize detractors for highlighting those things, I can understand if they were highlighted and they were fake. Like if we were posting old clips from a year ago where you were begging. I don't do that. I post your clips. That's why I don't crop your face in the video by itself. I show the whole thing. So I show what game you're playing. I show what shirt you're wearing. I show your tip leaderboard. I show all of that so everyone knows specifically what day, what game you were doing this. So it shows that you were begging 8 times on your Snort Do Valley playthrough. So when you sit here and you lie and you say, I only asked for support once or twice. No. My 23-minute video that I posted last night, you begged 8 times. And then you started complaining about the tractors. And you started complaining that you couldn't e-beg. 23 minutes, Phil. 23 minutes of you talking about money, support, taxes. You even went the route where you complained. You actually complained about people tipping you $1. You said, hey, by the way, folks, when you tip me $1, I only get like 60 cents of that. So you may want to consider tipping me $5 because most of the money you're giving it to PayPal. What type of shit is that? Take your $1, shut up, and just move on. Just be happy you got $1 and move on, Phil. But no, you don't want to do that because you want people to tip you. You want people to give you $5, not $1. And that's why you get crapped on, Phil. That's why you get crapped on. So let's keep going because there's what? There's still about 4 minutes of this nonsense of Phil complaining that he can't be an e-beggar like his friends Kino Casino.
Audience who's been with me for 16 years, because they know that they've been the ones who have been supporting me for so long. They know it, right? And I understand right now I do have newfound popularity and a rejuvenation and a lot of extra support from the Kino Casino viewers, and I appreciate that so much. I really, really do. I like those viewers. You're one of them, right, Maxwell? They've been great. They've been absolutely positive and awesome. Okay? But if I change immediately to be just like the casino viewers, right? I feel like, excuse me, like the casino guys, I feel like my viewers might be upset. Because tonight, for example, we have a few casino viewers here, right? A few, not a ton extra. Like when I used to stream Stardew, I'd get like 170 to 200 viewers, and tonight we have 249. So we have like 50 extra viewers. And again, welcome to all of you who are newcomers from Kino Casino or other parts of the internet too, because I know other people are starting to follow me on Twitter and stuff, and I really appreciate that, okay? But, to me, I am nervous. I don't want to change who I am and make this whole stream. Oh, yeah, come on, guys. Like I told you guys, we could easily hit 100 likes. We're at 93. There's 250 people on the stream. 7 more people hit like right now. Seriously, just do it. There's no reason for you not to. If you're here, you're liking the content, hit like right now and let's hit 100 likes. I'm serious. Do it right now. Just hit like. We're at 94. Come on. Hit like. You know you could do it. It's free. It's easy. Hit it right now. We're at 94. Come on. Like the stream right now if you're watching it. Give it a like. We're at 100. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? It's that easy. And now we're at over 100, actually. No, now we're at 100. You see what I mean? It's not tough. But the thing is, I would have to sit here and focus on it. And we're at 107. And it's climbing right now. We're getting free likes, you see? So I could do that. And I think some people would be in for it. People would absolutely like that. But others might be turned off who've been along for the ride. And now they're like, oh, this is what you're going to do now, right? So that's what I mean. I don't want to totally change who I am. But yeah, if I'm on a stream and I'm like, dude, all I'm looking for is $50 tonight in tips. It would be great if I can hit that. Sure. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I'm so upset. Come on, come on. You know, it's kind of like not who I am anymore. I changed. I mean, yeah, I used to be like that ages ago, especially when it was always like, not desperation, but things were so tight that if I didn't hit those goals, that literally I would be like, how do I pay stuff this week? And that was 4 or 5 years ago, right before I went through my bankruptcy. That's how life was for me. Like I was choosing which bills to pay. I was choosing what food to get and what I could afford in a particular week, right? But that's not anymore. Like I'm in a better position now. So I don't need to be like that. But man, it seems like when the casino guys do it, does it ever work, right? I could see like nights when I'm with those guys, you know, it's like that. But I don't know if I'm going to be doing that in my own content. But it's funny because look, we're at 112 likes. We're still getting likes. You see, when you ask and you're not feeling embarrassed about it and you're not being like, oh, the morality of it, because in reality, it's not immoral to ask someone to like your stream if they like the content. It's just fucking not, okay? But people spin it that way for their own personal gain, and that's what's hurt me for so long. You understand?
Okay, I want to stop it right here because yet again he's doing the same thing. He's arguing his point. He's arguing his point, but he's equating things. So right here he gave you the example about begging for likes or asking for likes, right? And how, see, that's perfectly fine. That's not a problem that I asked or begged for likes, right? Why? See, it's not a problem. It's perfectly fine. And when you ask, people want to give. Yeah, Phil, there's a difference with asking with someone to click a like because, yes, it's free, versus saying, hey, everyone, I don't care what your financial responsibilities are. I don't care if you don't have any money. I don't care if you have to borrow your mom's credit card. I don't care if you have to go into bankruptcy yourself. Give me money because I have this $50 tip goal. And by the way, yeah, folks, I did make 4K on Sunday. See, Phil? You see how when you try to equate something that's free versus something that actually is tangible and costs money, there's a big difference, Phil. So when you're sitting there and you're begging someone to like your stream or engage, that's one thing. But when you're actually asking for money, that is considered panhandling, Phil. That is considered panhandling. And if I make a video and I call you out for panhandling and you are asking people to give you money, then there is no excuse and there's nothing you can say that can contradict what I'm saying. There is nothing you can do. All you can do is you could try to belittle me. You could try to trash me. You can try to call me a mouth breather, that no one cares. No one cares about my existence or whatever nonsense you want to do. But you can't argue the point. You can't argue the point that I'm making is when you sit here and you claim you only ask for support once or twice a stream, when I'm literally clipping your content, posting it an 8-minute, because my videos on average are 8 minutes long. In an 8-minute span, you can beg 8 to 9 times. Do I need to reiterate the point that your beg record on a given stream was 18, Phil? Do I need to highlight that? And by the way, if you want to know, just look it up on my stream. DSP breaks his record for begging on a stream. It's 18 times, folks. 18. And that's not just every once in a while. On average, every day, he begs 8 to 10 times. Non-stop. You can go and pull a clip from my channel of his playthrough, and he will beg several times in that giveaway. And not once or twice. He will beg 6 to 8 to 10 times always, Phil. So again, there's a difference when you're sitting here asking someone for engagement and likes and the thumbs your shit up or whatever the hell, or leave a comment. Those are free things people can do. That's different when you're sitting here asking people, when you're trying to pick someone's pocket. And that's what you're doing here, Phil. And we're trying to pick someone's pocket and try to guilt trip them. Again, Phil, I wouldn't give a shit if you came on stream and just said once or twice. I would even give you 3 times and just say, hey guys, if you like the content, please consider supporting me. Thank you. If you just said that, I wouldn't clip it, Phil. I'd be like, all right, well, he's just asking for donations. He's not begging. He's not giving you a sob story. He's not telling you that his wife has medical problems. He's not telling you that he has to pay legal fees and the 2 big bills. He's not doing that. He's simply just saying, hey guys, if you like the content, please consider supporting. And then move on with yourself, Phil. Because if I clipped that and I made a big thing about that and I said, oh, Phil's e-begging, then people are going to be like, no, he's not e-begging. He just went out and he once or twice and he said, hey, if you like the content, support. Right, Phil? But no, you don't do that. You don't do that. And I challenge anyone that thinks that believes Phil. I challenge anyone to go into my stream or go into my content, pull up one of his playthroughs. Just pull up a random search that says low support. Right? Just type in low support in my channel thing. You're gonna see hundreds of videos of him fucking begging non-stop 8, 10, 12 times. Because that's what he does. That's his daily, not every day, but at least if he streams 6 times a week, I'm going to say at least 3 or 4 of those days he's going to be fucking begging because he feels like he's not going to get the support that he wants. He doesn't hit that $50 tip goal, this imaginary $50 tip goal. And the thing too, Phil, is that it doesn't matter whether if you get $100 in super chats or $150 or $200, and let's say you made $30 in tips, you will sit there and focus and complain about the $30 tip. So, okay, Phil, you're pissed off and you're annoyed that people won't give you the B-word pass. They won't give you the B-word pass, Phil. Have at it. You want to be like Kino Casino and beg on your streams? Have at it, because you know what's going to happen? That's going to be more content for me. That's going to be more content for Local. That's going to be more content for Medicare, Mudahar, and all of those other commentary channels. They're going to come out and blast you. You're going to be embarrassed. And then when the Kino Casino folks move on from your pathetic self, you're going to be sitting there with your normal dents, with your 200 dents, with your Jade and your Derek and your Herseos. You're going to be stuck with them again. And then you're going to be sitting there saying, oh, I don't want to get involved in drama anymore. I'm just happy streaming to my 200 dents and making $50 a stream because that's what I love. Have at it, Phil. I dare you. I'm putting it out there right now. I dare you, Phil, to try to beg. let's see how that works out for you. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.